Today I've written down a message that I want to read to you. So look at it as a message from the universe that you're meant to hear right now, because there's something that may inspire you or at least resonate with a part of you that needs to hear it. So it goes like this. Today is not waiting for you. It's moving with or without your permission. Align your actions with your intentions. Show up like someone who remembers why they started. Each task is a brick in the future you're building. Each choice is a signal to the universe. I'm taking my place. I am becoming. I am mastering. Momentum belongs to the committed. Momentum belongs to the committed, my friend. This is a powerful reminder. When we find ourselves at a place where it's time to take action, we need to recognize time is not waiting anyone. Time is moving forward. People say time doesn't exist. Momentum exists. All we have is now. But now, in the now, we're constantly in some kind of emotion. So the present moment is not just the moment of stillness. It's also the moment of consistent becoming. So many times when we talk about stillness, we don't talk about the other side of stillness, which is action. So this sounds very interesting, but well, in stillness we find clarity, and in clarity we find direction. Direction is important because without a direction we feel stagnant, and when we are stagnant we feel lost, and when we feel lost we feel aimless, and when we feel aimless we feel like our life has no meaning, and when we feel our life has no meaning we also feel our life has no purpose, and then we forget who we are because we've forgotten why we're here. So you see, to remember who you are, you also need to know why you're here, and to know why you're here, look around you and see what you can resolve. This is how you remember who you are, because when you look at something that you could resolve, you start using your creative capacities to resolve it. As you start using your creative capacities to resolve it, you remember that you are the creator. So it's not something mystical to know yourself. It's actually to begin realizing that you are a creative being, that you are the creator, and you can, well, resolve anything that feels challenging to you. So time doesn't pause. The reminder is act right now. If you don't know with what to take action, well, look at your life at this moment and ask yourself what ideas you had in your mind or what you've been putting aside that you knew you have to do, and start doing it. Why does it matter? Well, because these ideas came to you because they could change your life. Doesn't matter how big or how small they are. And as you start taking action with them, you start disciplining yourself. So many times people want to manifest great lives for themselves, and they think they will just manifest it without disciplining themselves to take action with what they have. So they want to kind of, discipline the art of manifestation without disciplining taking action with their minds. But the world is mind, the world is mental. So where manifestation begins is in your mind. Saying yes to what finds you as a thought that can build a life you want to see. And because time is not while pausing, it's constantly moving forward, it's only a reminder you should move forward as well all the time. So what does it mean? It means not being attached to the past. It means not being attached to what happened to us, not being attached to who we think we are, our identity, not being attached to how we feel emotionally, because all these things are the product of where our attention is. Where you focus on, that's what you experience in your body. If you focus too much on what you're identified with, like your things, your money, your whatever, well, you get attached to it, and then you say, yeah, I am those things. My friend, you're not. You're so much more. So, what are you? Well, you are awareness. As soon as you become aware that you've been way too attached to what happened, you've forgotten that it's about moving on. It's about focusing on something that will level you up. That's how we master our energy. When we master our attention, our focus, we master our energy. Way too many people walk around constantly distracted. They're distracted because they're not focusing on what matters to them. And if we don't focus on what matters to us, it means we can't master our energy. We are not mastering our energy. To master something means that you become so good at it that nothing can take it away from you. That's when you internalize something. That's when something becomes a part of you. When a strong focus becomes a part of you, no one can take it from you. When no one can take your focus from you, no one can control you. When no one can control you, you are the master of your destiny, right? When you become the master of your destiny, well, your reality will bend to your will. And when you achieve that, you become a great master. So today I came here to remind you, it's time to master you. It's time to master your energy, your focus, your attention. There's many attractive things, but not all things will build a life you want to create for you. But there's also many things that feel hard, but they will build a life that you want to experience. So instead of looking on life like what's easy and what's hard, look at life as what's necessary, like what's necessary right now, and start doing it. If it's hard to do that, it means your will is not strong because your focus is not where it's supposed to be. For example, when you decide to wake up in the morning, let's say at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. or 4 a.m. or those of you at 3 a.m. already meditating, already working out. Hey there. You know, when you decide to do that and you have, you wake up and then you don't want to get out of bed, it means your will is not strong enough because you have focused on the pleasure of staying there instead of actually stepping out of the bed and giving order to your body, which means you allowed your body to be the master of your soul. But your body is your vehicle. Have you forgotten? Your body is your vehicle. It's like a car. When you sit into a car, you don't say to a car like, hey, ride me wherever you want to go. No, you sit into a car and you drive it wherever you want to go. And your body is the same, my friend. Your body is your vehicle. You are the one that needs to command it. Yes, it has biological memories, but that's what you're overcoming. Biological memories are like impulses, sometimes emotional impulses, sometimes pleasurable impulses. Should you listen to them? Yes, but should you follow them? Question them. Why? Well, because not all impulses will take you to where you, as soul, as awareness, want to go. And by going where you want to go in your heart, in your soul, you are actually shaping your body and actually crystallizing the parts of your body that were habitually trained to become maybe lazy or slow or destructive. You see, the force of life gave you this incredible technology of your body. It follows you, it follows your will. That's why epigenetics teaches us that when we raise our emotional energy, we activate new genes that heal us. So how does it work? Well, your body listens to you. When your attention goes to something that raises your frequency, your biology heals. Yeah, that's how powerful you are. But most people walk around focused on what is wrong and what is missing and what is falling apart and what is toxic and all of that. And then they use it to justify how they feel. And they blame the outer world for their inner environment because they've forgotten that their attention creates their inner world. So instead of focusing on what is wrong, start seeing it as how you can make it better, which means you already need to have a vision that looks better than what is, which means you need to be a visionary. And hey man, hey woman, my friend, you are a visionary. You are a visionary. When you wake up, when you awaken your inner eye, you start to see what you choose to see, what you want to see. And there is a responsibility. You can decide to see better than what is. Not bypassing, but actually transforming. Yeah, we can't just imagine something better than what is and then losing ourselves in imagination. No, imagination is a tool, the same as the shovel. You don't take the shovel and command it to work and then wait that it will dig a hole. No, you need to know how to use it, but then you need to use it. You need to build some muscle and work with it, right? When you have a tool of imagination, then you need to build mental muscle of will and use it, work with it, which means you imagine a vision for the future. You create a vision that will call you, that will pull you, but then with your physical body, you start taking action towards it. And for action, sometimes we need a plan, right? Our days may become chaotic sometimes, so we need to organize our routines. We need to discipline ourselves, right? What is discipline? Ability to do what you say that you will do. This is discipline. Why it's so hard to discipline ourselves? Because it's easier. It's convenient to follow the impulses of our bodies instead of the will of our imagination. Why? Because through time we've been just trained to live like that. But then also we've been trained to follow the commands of others, to please them, right? Because we've never learned to please our soul. That is like pleasing God. If God made you, and whatever that means to you, it placed a seed of incredible will inside of you. Shakespeare said, "Your life is your garden, your wills are its gardeners." So you came here to create heaven on earth, to create a better place than was before you came here, to make something better out of it. Are you doing that, my friend? It starts with you. Can I improve my life? Can I improve my health? Can I improve my energy levels? Yesterday I've made a video about levels and stages of this process of awakening. And I named this video, "If you feel tired after awakening." And sometimes people then look at it and they justify, "Yeah, I feel tired. Oh, I felt tired today. I felt tired yesterday." It's not the purpose of this work to look at it like that, but actually to understand the process, but then slow or shorten the time between reacting and responding. Because feeling tired or exhausted is also a reaction to a wrong use of will, right? We only feel tired because we haven't set a purpose for ourselves. We haven't set a meaningful aim for ourselves. Because, well, when I've started doing what I truly love and value, I recognize that more I'm doing it, more energy I have. More frequently I'm doing it, more energy I have. So I've noticed drive comes with doing what we value, with doing what we appreciate, with doing what improves us, what makes us more skillful. So when I'm making this kind of videos, I'm making them to help you to get back your energy, so then you can invest it into what matters the most, not to justify why you feel the way you feel. Just a quick reminder, I'm not judging you, my friends, I love you all. I'm just observing things, and then I point a finger on a challenge so we can shift it, right? So we can transform it. We need to learn to align our actions with our intentions. with our vision. So what is intention? Intention is a clear definition of where we are going. And clear definition of where we are going means we know exactly what we want our lives to be. And then we stop wanting it and we start becoming it, right? How can you become a version of yourself from that ideal future? Well, the way you practice becoming it. How you can become good at sport? The way that you practice it for as long as you become good at it, right? How you become your future self, the way you practice it. That's why I always talk about that vision, that idea. What is the ideal you in the future? How do you think? How do you feel? How do you behave? What kind of habits you have in a day? What kind of routines you have? How you treat others? How you respond to others? How you respond when other people treat you maybe wrongly? Do you care about it or do you just move on? How you respond to it? What is your level of love for life, of passion for life? And then embody that energy, and yes, here and there you lose it. You fall back into the old energy. You fall back into the memories of the past, emotions of the past. And then you remind yourself, hey, by repeating my past, I will not become my future self. I will only become the product of my past. So you center yourself back into this moment and you realign your action, your attitude, your state of being with you from the future. And that's how you bring your future self into this moment. It doesn't mean you live in the future. It means in the present moment, you embody your future you, your new you. That is your power. That is your power. That's how you align your actions with your intention. Oh yes, today we are a bit more intense, but I've noticed sometimes intensity is important. Like, we're on AttractPassion. We need some passion in our lives. No, we need more passion in our lives. Yeah, we need more passion in our lives because passion transforms stagnation. Passion transforms stagnation, which means sometimes we need something to push us, to kick us into our butts, to remind ourselves, hey, my friend, it's time to move forward. You were not made to be stuck or to be stagnant. There is a flow to life. Like, look at the rivers, look at the wind, look at the birds, look at the trees dancing to the wind. There's flow to it, right? Look at the seed transforming into a plant. Look at your DNA constantly changing, cells constantly dividing. Do you control that? No, that's nature. That's nature. But then when your will loses touch with that need for constant upgrading, constant moving forward, constant transforming, then we start slowing down. And we start to, feel lower and lower and lower energy. Why? Because we're not using it. If you don't use it, you lose it. Life gave you life force. If you don't use it, it takes it from you because it's a waste of it. Like, why you would receive a force that then you don't use? It doesn't make sense. So, in order to show up as someone who needs life force, start living more like you need it. Start moving yourself. Start doing something that matters to you. Start reflecting more on what would matter to you. Doesn't matter how young, how old you are. Well, set some goals for you. Think about, doesn't matter. Maybe it's gardening. Maybe it's being more loving to strangers. Maybe it's starting doing art. Maybe it's starting a new business. Maybe it's all of that. Yeah, maybe you need to diversify your passions. And then notice what are the challenges of this thing and become wiser in these departments, right? As you become wiser in these departments, you're training your brain to create new pathways. So you stop looking at life from the old perspective. You start changing yourself as well. You can't experience a change if you don't upgrade your outlook on life, right? You can't experience a change if you don't upgrade your outlook on life. And the way to upgrade your outlook on life is that you start seeing what bothers you from a level that it can inspire you. You say, oh, that person is constantly triggering to me. Well, look at that person from a different perspective. What part of me that person is reflecting in me? And it will inspire you to maybe become a bit more aware of a certain unconscious pattern of thinking, feeling, and doing that is just running your life unconsciously. Soon you will notice that nothing outside of you truly exists as a problem. It's all a manifestation of your inner you, of actually yourself right now, your unconscious self. And when you start looking at life like that, you notice everything that is not the most, maybe the way that would be the most ideal to you, is reminding you what energy is lacking inside of you. When there's no abundance, it means you lack abundance inside of you. So what is the opposite of abundance? Maybe fear, maybe scarcity. That's something you need to overcome, right? And to overcome fear and scarcity, find the higher frequency of that. How can you find it? Start noticing it. There's a memory of yours where you were abundant, where you've experienced a moment of abundance, where you've experienced a moment of love, where you've experienced a moment of being secure. Well, when you focus on that memory, you will feel this energy. More you practice it, more you become it. It's all a habit. Energy is a habit. Thinking is a habit. Feeling is a habit. Everything is a habit because we are creatures of habits. Yeah, in the present moment, we're training what we choose to train. We experience what we choose to experience. All the reactions are the products of old habits. The overcoming is the product of designing or choosing a new approach when we go from reacting to responding. So my friend, I hope you found great value in today's message. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. Big thanks to all of you for choosing to support my art. I'm also an artist, a painter. And you will find my work on AttractPassion.com or the link in the description of this video, where you will find paintings that may inspire you to focus on what truly matters. And also join us on our Patreon page for more exclusive content. The link is also in the description of this video. Until next time, one love.